Okay, students, I'm going to introduce you to the most remarkable William of the Wall.
Woo! William the Conqueror.
Very, very special story. I'm going to tell you how I met William, what William did, and what the two Williams did together to make the future of the Great Wall always better. And the story begins a long, long way from here. Okay, the Great Wall is coming here and it's all around us. And it's a very special building. It's so special. When you look on this globe, you look for a wonder of the world like the pyramids or Angkor Wat or Taj Mahal, Colosseum. Okay, you can't find them. But when you come to China, you can find something called the Great Wall. So this tells us that the Great Wall has geography. And the first question I want to answer is, who had the idea of travelling along this wall from one end to the other? Would it be a little boy born in a valley like this, close to the wall? Would it be a little boy born in Beijing, or at the East End or West End cities? No. Why not? Because they saw it every day. They thought, oh, the Great Wall is very ordinary. It was there from when I was a toddler. It was there when my grandfather was there, my father. It'll be there when my sons are here. So to Chinese just below the wall was ordinary. But to foreigners living on the other side of the world, the Great Wall was very special. Okay, so this country is...
Can't read. That's obviously India.
Yeah, okay.
States of America.
Anyone from the US? All right, which state?
America.
Tennessee, okay. Anyone from the East Coast?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, we're getting warmer. Bit further south? New Jersey? Oh, New Jersey, a bit further south? Beginning with P? Pennsylvania. Philadelphia. Yeah. Doylestown. In Pennsylvania, about an hour from Philadelphia. William Guile was born there in 1865. Okay, so he's going to be our main character. How did I meet him? Well, I had to come to the wall first, and I did. And I came to China, first of all, in 1986. And then in 1987, I was quite successful. I followed the remains of this wall from the west to the east, from the desert to the Yellow Sea. And I was by myself, which is why the book is called Alone on the Great Wall. And I carried a small backpack and one Olympus camera. And I was fulfilling a dream because I had seen the Great Wall of China on my China map in my school atlas in 1967. And I dreamt of seeing the Great Wall from end to end. And I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that journey. And I did. After 78 days, I became the first foreigner to make a journey along the Great Wall on foot. And I wrote this book. It's published in London in 1989. And you know, when you write a book, the publisher wants to sell more books. So I made a promotional tour, and I spoke on the radio and the TV. And on one of my radio shows, I was very lucky because an old lady heard me and she wrote me a letter. Here's the letter. Right. It's right here. I'll read it to you. Dear Mr. Lindsay, I have been reading your book, Alone on the Great Wall, with much interest and admiration. Perhaps it's too late to be of use, but I have in my possession The Great Wall of China by an American, William Guile, published in 1909. It's an impressive account with many photographic illustrations. I'd gladly send you the book. Yours sincerely, Marjorie Hessel Tiltman. So she sent me the book. What did the book look like? I think, here we have the cover. Right? And when I opened the book, I thought, wow, I'm not William the Conqueror, I'm William II. Because William Guile had made a journey along the wall. And I knew that as soon as I saw his photos. And he had many wonderful, big, black and white photos. But one of those pictures was so important. And it is here. Right? See this one? His book fell open at this photo. And I thought that was amazing because in my book here, I have a photo of the same location. Now, they don't look the same. I mean, this is black and white, this is colour. There's a tower there, and that's William Guile sitting on the wall. And that's William Lindsay walking on the wall. But where's the tower? It's gone. So, having these pictures side by side made me think, first of all, the wall that William Guile saw was maybe a bit greater than the wall I'd seen. And number two, I thought, old photographs are very useful. They can show us things that have disappeared. Well, eventually, about 10 years later, I had a really good idea. It was December the 31st, 1999. And I came out here to this valley because I've been living in this valley since 1998. So to mark the millennium, I came out here preparing to go up to the wall at midnight. You will take that trail tomorrow morning. And as I walked up that trail at about 11:30, it was minus 23. My face was frozen. My friends nor I could speak. It was so cold. We were just plodding along the trail. And I was thinking, this new year is a bit different. You know, when the new year comes, adults make resolutions. You know, I'm going to run more. I'm going to drink less beer. I'm going to eat less bacon. All these kind of resolutions. Actually, they're all small scale, meaningless in the overall scheme of things. I was thinking more like, the new millennium, what will that be like for the Great Wall of China? Because you know, living in Shanghai, China is the world's biggest economy, expanding, so many people, so much building. And I was afraid all this was going to get closer to the wall and change the beautiful landscape around the wall. So it's at that moment I thought, maybe I can make Chinese people just stop and think about the future of their Great Wall by showing them how the Great Wall of China has changed. So how would I do this? I would do this by what is called rephotography. Photography means taking pictures. Means redoing it again. So rephotography is just simply the old and the new. But is it simple?
No.
It's not simple. Why is it simple? Yeah.
You have to do it in the exact same spot?
Yeah, you have to do it in the exact same spot, which means you've got to find the place. So do you think this wall is do you think it would be easy to find?
No.
No, because this is the longest building in the world. Yeah? So my detective work began. For 4 years, I went along this wall from the west to the east. And sometimes I found the location, like this one, was easy to find. This is in my backyard. You will see this tomorrow morning. We call it the number 3 because it looks like a number 3. And this is my first rephotography. yeah, in 2004. But the first time I went there with this scan, I didn't get that good photo. I had to go back there a few times, and then I looked out and I got the nice light, which gives a good comparison. But for example, this one was difficult, because when I looked at this, it looked familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. It's like someone saying to you, do you know in Nanjing Road, Shanghai, there's a place where you can get those Nike training shoes? And then you think, well, is it on that side of the road or that side? Or is it this side of the park or that side of the park? So it's very, very difficult. Only by going there and showing the photo to old folks in a village would I get closer, get warmer, and then finally, boom, go there and realize, wow, that's the place. And then I just had to wait, see if I was lucky, see if I got good light to capture the new beside the old. Okay, so that's how I met William Gile, and that's what William Gile and William Lindsay did together. So William Gile, born in Doylestown, travelled along the Great Wall in 1908. And his journey in 1908 was very remarkable. You imagine, no telephone, no Wi-Fi, not even a digital camera. Cameras had only really just become a bit easier to use. You can see in that picture over there some mules. William Gile had about 10 mules carrying all his equipment. And you probably needed 2 or 3 mules just for your photo equipment, because they used big glass plates kept in boxes. And he travelled for 81 days along this wall, okay, through the mountains, across the Yellow Earth Plateau, and he came through this valley. Yeah? You will go to the place where this photograph was taken tomorrow morning, right? As you look at this photograph, you are now down here somewhere, okay? And I can see the peak there. That photograph is taken from that peak. And you will tomorrow reach the wall at this tower. You'll walk along the wall here. You'll do a clean up, you know, to make the Great Wall a bit more beautiful. You'll come up here, and then you'll come down into the valley. So it's amazing William Gile came through this valley in June 1908. And when he reached the far west, he was nearly ending his journey. Has anyone been to Gansu province?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? Yeah, well that's about 1,500 kilometers in the west as the crow flies. And this is where William Gile finished his journey. You can see there's a fortress here, and then he rode about 10k along this wall, right, to this point here. This point here. See that little bump? That bump is a tower. And it's the last, or the first, tower on the Great Wall of China. And there's William Gile standing there. And that's the new view today. That's William Gile's journey. He returned to America and he wrote the book, The Great Wall of China. This is the first book in history written by anyone from any country about the Great Wall of China, by William Gile from Doylestown in Pennsylvania. And in 2008, after re-photographing all of William Gile's locations, I visited his hometown. And I left this plaque in the cemetery by his grave, because I felt it was a great pity, as people walked through the cemetery, they could see that a very important person was buried here. They could see that William Edgar Gile was buried there. But they didn't know what he had achieved. And we've all been born, and happily we're all here now, right? William Gile was born on October the 1st, 1865. He died on April the 11th. I stopped many people in Doylestown in this cemetery and I said, do you know William Gile? Do you know what William Gile did? No. So I left that plaque there, and it says, A Journey All Along the Great Wall by William Gile. A tribute from William Lindsay and other international friends of the Great Wall. So now everyone visiting Doylestown Cemetery, they can see that this man, his dash is what he did in life. And we don't know whether it's a short dash or a long dash, but we know William Gile made the first journey along the Great Wall of China. And I think he did me a great favor, because I had seen the Great Wall in the present in 1987 as I walked along the wall, as I ran along the wall. And then after meeting William Gile, the two of us made a journey along the Great Wall, and I saw the Great Wall of the past and the present side by side. And I think what we have both done together is better than what we did as individuals. Because after this work, there was a craze throughout China to collect old photographs and go out and see if this bit of a building was there, if that pagoda was there, if that palace was there, if that ceremonial arch was there, if that piece of the Great Wall was there. So it got people very aware about how quickly, how easily important buildings disappear. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, after my lecture, making your walk along the Great Wall in the past and the present. Thank you. And of course, if you've got any questions, I will answer them, but I think I've probably said quite a lot, hopefully not too much. And you can walk along, as I said, and maybe jot down some notes. Yeah?
Good. Remember, we have our art exhibit at the end, so if you see anything that would be cool, anything you want to make a note of, to recreate, definitely you have pages for that in your journal. All right, have a look.